He's scoring more for them, he's rebounding more for them, and he just won the tap for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs have it, moving left to right in this first half, dressed in their powder blue uniforms on the road with the navy blue and white trim, and Clark has it out top. Now Maynard, guarded by Isaiah Bigelow. Wofford in their home whites with the black and gold trim. Brown said he's got a sizable contingent here making the trip up from Greer, which is just about 10 or 15 miles to the west of Spartanburg. Almost fell out of bounds. Now he puts it on the floor and does not see the shot clock. So it'll be a shot clock violation. Not a bad defensive start for Wofford.
I was going to say, anytime you get a shot clock violation on the Citadel, something's working well defensively, because the Bulldogs they'll just start shooting threes with 25 on the shot clock if you're not guarding them and paying attention to them.
Keep an eye on Ryan Larson. He has been so good protecting the basketball for Wofford the last 3 or 4 games. He's second in the conference in assist to turnover ratio, and he feeds BJ Mack on the inside. This will be a fun battle to watch. Mack and Brown. BJ dribbles it off his foot, and it'll be the Citadel ball.
BJ tried to make a little spin move there and went right off of his left foot, straight out of bounds. Don't know that it was especially great defense by Brown. I think BJ had turned the corner on him and got his shoulders past him.
Moff pounded by Larson on the perimeter. He'll get the ball to Clark. Stephen Clark looking for a backdoor cut. Defended well by Wofford. Klesmit forces Roach into an off-balance shot. It's no good. And there's Isaiah Bigelow, who is flirted with double-digit rebounds his last couple of games.
Yeah, he's a guy we keep waiting to get a double-double.
Klesmit's three is off the mark. Brown tips it to Moff, and here come the Bulldogs on the run. Once again, another steal. Citadel having a hard time putting together an offensive possession. Wofford with Klesmit. Now Bigelow outside. Minute and a half gone by. We've still got no score. That ends with Morgan Safford in the drive.
That was pretty basketball right there. A great cut by Morgan Safford. Somebody set a screen for him.
Clark right back at the other end. Takes a bump from BJ Mack, and he will go to the line. You mentioned Stephen Clark put on about 17 pounds, and yes, he needed him. That's a long, tall kid at 6'8". He was 175 pounds when he got to Charleston as a freshman. Now, as you see, 18 and 9 and 5 blocks in that loss to Mercer on Monday. He's doubled his scoring average from a year ago.
Jeff Hartzell with the Charleston Post and Courier did a nice story on him, putting on that weight. Nutella and jelly sandwiches, I think, is what he ate a lot of protein. But he's a guy, his improvement is a key reason for the long part of this year. Citadel was above 500.
His Achilles heel has been free throw shooting. As you see him hit 1 of 2 there. He's only 59% free throw shooter. Bigelow misses the 3 on the other end, and here comes Moff.
Sam Godwin has checked in for Wofford with that foul on BJ
Larson
Mack.
Forces a steal, gets it back from Godwin. He's 1 on 2 right now, so Wiley waits for all the traffic to go by him, and now Safford has it right in front of the Citadel bench.
Ball security an issue for the Bulldogs early.
Now let's see what Godwin can do on that ankle that he missed the last couple of games. Good look to Larson, but it's an air ball. Godwin can't run it down, and it'll be the Citadel basketball.
They are not going to make any instructional videos out of this one to start. The old 2-to-1 game.
And it is a pitcher's duel early here in Spartanburg, no doubt.
2 storied baseball programs. Citadel, of course, 1990 appearance in the College World Series.
Nearly another Bulldog turnover, but Mopp will get it back. No inbound. You look at Maynard, interesting character. Harriman, Utah to Charleston, South Carolina. That's a transition until you look at what Jason Roach did. Their freshman point guarder came all the way from Berkeley, California to play at the Citadels.
I don't know anything about Harriman, Utah, but I know a lot about Charleston.
Moffitt Larson, pass inside to Clark. He had a step, and he's bumped by Safford. And that'll be a foul as Clark has drawn 2 fouls on the Wofford interior defense. Take another look at it here. Just a 2-man game.
Yeah, a late rotation by Morgan Safford, and Clark had good position.
So again, Clark only a 59% free throw shooter. He'll float that one home. We're tied at 2. Duger Balcom, of course, he and Dan Earl over at VMI, the dean of SoCon coaches, both in their 7th year. Duger, of course, came over from VMI. That's 7 years is not a really, really long time to have the longest tenure in the league. But of course, the SoCon has lost a lot of coaches the last 3 or 4 years to some major Power 5 schools. Larson out top between the circles finds Klesmit. Catch and shoot. Brick against the backboard.
Wow, Wofford is cold from behind the arc. 0 for 4 to start, and I don't know that any of them have been very close to going in.
Now Roach, he'll shoot over Bigelow. That one's long. Rebound Klesmit. We're gonna have to repaint these rims after the first 3 minutes of the game as Larson finds Godwin inside. He'll lay it up with the right hand.
Nice first step there by Ryan Larson, who was able to get past his guy and then get a pass away. When the defense has to rotate over, somebody's going to be open. He did a nice job finding Sam Godwin with a little shovel pass.
Larson coming off an 11-point career-high 9 rebound and 4 assist game at Western Carolina Saturday, which he only turned the ball over once. Moff blows by everybody and then kicks it all the way out. That's Maynard with a 3. David Maynard gets the Citadel on top by 2.
That was dribble penetration, get all the way to the rim. Defense collapses, you're going to have some options to kick it out, and Maynard knocked down the 3.
Godwin at the elbow, hands off to Klesmit. He sees an opening, feeds it back to Godwin. Bigelow, corner 3, count it. Isaiah Bigelow, he's coming off a season-high 19 at Cullowhee on Saturday. Clark gets loose underneath. I think he lost Godwin and lays it up and in. Citadel will screen you to death, as will Wofford. 4 out of their last 5 losses. He could be in a better mood, but
yeah,
great to see Joker anytime we can.
Yeah, and he had that health scare earlier this year up in Durham when they played Duke, so nice to have him back. And this guy's a former state trooper in the state of North Carolina, now a head coach in college basketball. What a biography he could write.
Wofford moves it around to Bigelow. He lasers in a 3 from the left side. Isaiah Bigelow's just getting better every game in all phases of the game. Shooting 53% in conference games so far.
He's got a line drive approach to his shooting, but it works.
Clark is going to dribble outside and say, somebody please get the basketball out of my hands. That somebody is Moff. Citadel will reset. Looking for Hayden Brown inside. Makes an athletic grab, but got caught behind the backboard and couldn't convert the little floater. Fights hard, can't get the putback. 2 tries for Brown. Won't go, and Wofford wants to run. Klesmit steps back. Now Bigelow. Brown right in his grill defensively.
I think he wanted to pass and was afraid Brown would deflect it.
Both these teams pride themselves on pace of play, disrupting things on defense. Larson's going to shoot a long 3 off the front of the iron, no good. Roach with the rebound, quickly gives it to Moff.
Citadel hasn't substituted yet.
Austin Patterson's in for Wofford. Roach coming off the screen. The freshman buries it. Jason Roach leads the SoCon in 3s made per game, nearly 4 per game. He also leads the conference in minutes played. For a freshman, that's incredible.
If there's a quicker release in the SoCon, I don't know that I've seen it this year, and that ball was just thrown away. Godwin anticipating Klesmit cutting and led him a little too much.
You saw the graphic a moment earlier. 17 straight games with a 3 for Jason Roach. Here's a look at the turnover. Wofford has been so good protecting the ball. Only 4 turnovers a couple of games ago against Samford. They have sort of stopped the bleeding in that category momentarily. 13:50 to go, first half. Citadel with the ball and a 1-point lead as Maynard tries to work on Klesmit. We'll have to back it out. Now Brown, great passer for a big man. Little 2-man game. Patterson stuck his hand in and deflected it. Larson comes away with the steal. Now Mack gets it to Safford, who couldn't convert. A lot of contact, but no call.
Yeah, Stephen Clark kind of met him at the rim, and I thought he might have gone straight up and down and just kind of altered that shot a little bit.
Now Mack's going to take it right to, Clark right to Mack, and then he dishes off to Hayden Brown for the layup.
3-point lead for the Bulldogs, and they really hadn't gotten Hayden Brown going tonight. He struggled against Mercer on Monday. Remember, he rolled an ankle against VMI Saturday.
Klesmit, the mid-range jumper that seems to be a lost art. Max seeming to say his jersey was held. No matter, still a 1-point Citadel lead.
Rudy Fitzgibbons is running the point.
He's going to shoot over B.J. Mack and rainbow in a three. That's 6 foot 145, shooting over 6'8", 247, and Rudy Fitzgibbons gives the Citadel a 16-12 lead.
Starting to heat up from outside are the Bulldogs.
Larson's wide open, not going to miss that. Ryan Larson, a 42% three-point shooter on the year, and now both teams are starting to find the range.
Roach fell down trying to guard Larson, got kind of caught on the baseline.
Now Brown, he's got a size advantage over Safford, but Safford's a tough defender. Now Fitzgibbons gets it back to Brown. Help coming over in the form of Klesmit. Fitzgibbons with 6 on the shot clock, a little bit long, rebound Safford.
Wofford's going to slow this thing down a little bit, get this more to their liking pace-wise.
Have a couple substitutions ready to come in at the next media timeout, which will be the next dead ball. Larson to BJ. Again, can he back down Brown? A lot of physicality. Look at this battle inside. Mack goes up. Brown says no. Saves it. No, he doesn't. Off the
5 of 10 from the floor, 50%. Wofford's up to 6 of 13, 46. But Bulldogs are starting to dial it in from 3. So's Wofford. Both teams have made 3 three-pointers.
Isaiah Bigelow leads the Terriers with 6 points. Another turnover for Wofford. Stephen Clark has 5 for the Citadel early. Now working around Brown in front of the hometown crowd. Buries a 3. As big as the Citadel's lead has been tonight. I think it's the second time they've led by 4.
They were up 16-12 earlier.
Austin Patterson left alone. Thought he made that one. Started running back up the floor, but it bounced off the rim. Now Fitzgibbons has it in the front court for the Bulldogs. In the corner. Higgins gives it up to Brown. Hayden gets to take it away, but it goes right to Roach. 10 on the shot clock. Davis swishes a 3. Brent Davis right back at it for the Citadel, and their biggest lead of the night at 7.
They love to shoot the 3, and they do it well, and they're starting to feel pretty good about it. 5 of 8. They are well on pace to surpassing what Jay McCauley wanted them to hold them to, and that was 8 makes or less.
Great trip in traffic for Wofford. Couldn't get it to go off the glass, and another big rebound for Hayden Brown. Quickly up ahead. Davis, does he feel it? That one off the back of the rim, and Mack has it. Big man will bring it up himself. Just under halfway to go. First half. Wofford with the ball, but they trail by 7. B.J. Mack tried to cut it into that lead, missed the 3.
Wofford's decided they want to get into a 3-point shooting contest with the Citadel. That does not favor Wofford.
Floater won't go for Fitzgibbons. Patterson clears the board for the Terriers.
B.J. Mack has attempted 2 shots, and one of them was just that 3. They've got to start working inside out. That when the last 2 games where Wofford's been so successful, that's what they've done.
Yeah, he's coming off a 22-point day at Western Carolina, where he was just unstoppable inside last Saturday. Patterson gets free in the paint, looking for Mack. 6 to shoot. B.J. working on Davis. Size advantage inside, uses it to his advantage, and converts.
Got a mismatch there and exploited it.
And first field goal for B.J. Mack. And a moving screen.
No, they got Larson reaching in.
Thought for a second they were going to call one of the Bulldogs. So Ryan Larson with the first personal. 3rd team foul on Wofford.
I think the entire Wofford bench thought that was going to be an illegal screen on Hayden Brown. They all stood up and were clapping.
Hayden Brown gets himself a rest. Remember, Hayden Brown left that VMI game last week. Didn't play in the second half, and we were wondering about his status. Something just went out on Monday. He played 35 minutes against Mercer. So I guess he's feeling okay.
I was going to say, his status is he's just fine.
Fitzgibbons running the offense now for the Bulldogs. Clark wants to put it on the floor against Mack. 6'10 against 6'8, fadeaway. Nice soft touch by Stephen Clark off the glass. He's now up to 7 points early, 24-17 Citadel.
I think Roach was the guy they were so worried about, but he's been quiet so far.
Yeah. Bigelow fouled on the 3-point attempt. Clark, I think he's more mad at himself than the call. Just kind of did a flyby and caught the outstretched arm of Isaiah Bigelow. So that's the first on Clark, and you're going to get a look at one of the best free throw shooters in the Southern Conference. Isaiah Bigelow doesn't have enough attempts yet to figure into the national or conference standings as far as free throw accuracy. I'm sorry.
I was waiting.
He was before that. 33 for 36, 92%. He is now 33 for 37, and I will shut up.
Let's see if he'll make the next two.
I may not get out of here alive if he doesn't. Thanks. It's been nice knowing you, folks.
Jim had a good time with you.
He can't go for the golden sombrero, can he? He can't do the 0 for 3. I'll never live this down. Maynard back in for the Bulldogs.
Your career on the line here with this one.
Billy. Have to do the Caddyshack putter routine on this one. Isaiah Bigelow saves a career and hits a free throw. 24 to 18, Citadel.
Never fails, does it? When you start giving a guy praise, is when the ball gets hit right at him and eats him up.
Clark's been taking it right to B.J. Mack. Jump hook, rimmed out. Klesman comes back to get the rebound.
You can tell Clark's a guy playing with a lot of confidence, and didn't miss that one by much. Was a little strong.
Bigelow going to put it on the floor. Jackson Price in to try to defend against him. Now Mack on the left block. Jump hook, go. Left it a little bit short, and then too many threes. But Thomas, you take a look at that graphic. They know how to do it, don't they?
Yeah, they've hit 5 already, getting close to their pace. Actually, right on their pace, a little ahead of their pace. See that? 4 of the top 7 teams in the country making threes per game right here in the Southern Conference.
Of course, the Citadel hit 18, an opposition record for Cameron Indoor Stadium earlier this season against Dukes. Clark passes out of a double team to Price. He hands off, long 3. Fitzgibbons halfway down, rimmed out. Another rebound for Bigelow. He'll push it up ahead to Mack and overshot him by a little, and another Wofford turnover.
Like the idea, but that pass had way too much on it.
4 turnovers for both teams now after that.
That's another case. I'm using a lot of baseball analogies tonight. Wofford's trying to hit a big home run right there instead of just a single. You got the defensive board. You got to stop, come down here and run your offense. Make the Citadel guard you.
You and I talked at our radio open about this possibly being a trap game for Wofford as Maynard's 3 rims out, with a big one against arch rival Furman looming here on Saturday. Got to take care of business against a Citadel team that has risen up and bitten Wofford before. Safford out of control in the lane, finally got it to Mack. Again, Mack and Brown, what a battle. BJ gets the roll this time. Quickly up ahead to Clark. Mack got back on defense, forced the miss. And Bigelow comes away with it. Good hustle by Mack to get all the way back and affect that shot.
You know, for all the comments I'm making about Wofford not playing well, they're only down 4.
Now Mack spins inside. The floater goes, and BJ Mack is starting to feel it. He now has 6.
Yeah, he's. It's like a switch went off on him, and he said, "I'm going to start going."
Fitzgibbons in the corner. Got a switch, mismatch. They're trying to get it to Clark, who's guarded by Klesman. Finally, they do, and Safford comes over to help and might have committed the foul. We'll see who they get. Indeed, it's on Morgan Safford. If so, it's his 2nd.
He got in foul trouble Saturday at Western Carolina. It kind of really influenced most of his game.
Roach back in for the Citadel. And we told you how he leads the SoCon in threes made per game. Had a tough shooting night at McAllister Fieldhouse on Monday. Only 1 for 5 from three-point range against the Mercer Bears in a game that the Citadel lost 71 to 64 in their rescheduled game on Monday. Let's see how the Citadel's legs are after playing all these games. As Clark's legs look fine, but he couldn't convert. Godwin may have gotten a piece of that. Up ahead, Patterson for the Terriers. Now Larson.
Interesting to me that Wofford took B.J. Mack out after he seemed to be getting untracked offensively.
Larson out top, Klesman on the cut. Floater from 9, can't get it. Gets his own rebound and sticks it back in. Duggar Balcom wanted a push off all over the referees. Didn't get it, we're tied up.
Yeah, 7-0 run for the Terriers.
Quick pass inside. Brown got loose and took a nice feed from Clark for the easy lay-in.
That may be the easiest two Hayden Brown has had this year. That was a nice pass, well executed. Like Klesmit got on him in a mismatch and was trying to front him.
Brown was only 2 for 8 shooting against Mercer Monday, but kind of made up for that. 11 for 14 from the free throw line to come up with 18 points as Bigelow gets loose and went for the jam and got blocked from behind. Godwin with the offensive board and puts it back up. Bigelow, third try is good. That was a meeting above the rim, Bigelow and Clark, but Isaiah Bigelow, persistence, was back tied at 26.
Give Clark credit.
Really?
He could have gotten put on a poster.
Another backdoor cut, but Roach couldn't handle what was a nice pass from Brown. And it's a Wofford a Citadel turnover. And the Wofford students are starting to get in it behind the basket. Perfect pass, and Roach just did not collect it.
Fitzgibbons thought it went off of a Wofford player. Like he could have grabbed it before it fell out of the baseline. And that's where you start to see some of these college guys, when in doubt, grab it, or at least try to.
Tyler Moff is back in for the Citadel. He'll guard Larson as he brings the ball up. All tied at 26 with 4:43 to go as Godwin has it down to the low post, kicks it out to Klesmit. We'll work it around. Klesmit into the paint on Moff. Whistle. Foul. No shot.
Yeah, I got him on the floor.
But beyond Tyler Moff. Should be his first personal. Just gave Klesmit
bodied him.
the chest bump in midair. Actually, before he took off. So it'll be Wofford ball. Larson to inbound. Has to release it out to Patterson. Quick pass into Godwin, who had position and a mismatch. Couldn't handle it off of the Citadel. Wofford will keep possession.
Yeah, had a much smaller guy on him.
Actually, a couple nice job. Tyler Moff, I think, got the ball twice. The second time knocked it out of bounds. Bigelow off the inbound pass. That one's a little bit long. Bounces to Roach. Citadel with the ball in a tie game here. 4:20 to go, first half.
Mismatch.
Brown, that is a mismatch, but he bowls over Ryan Larson. Offensive foul on Hayden Brown. That is what Ryan Larson does. Drives opponents crazy taking these charges. Looked like he was pretty well set there.
The thing you don't see, and I think what Duggar Balcom is so upset about, is how much contact was there. I mean, it looked like a lot. So Larson's as good as anybody at selling it. And that's part of it.
That is a wily senior right there who is, I think he's spent more time on the floor here at Jerry Richardson Stadium over the past 4 years than upright, it seems sometimes. See if Wofford can break this 26-all tie. Godwin hands off to Klesmit. Free throw line, another floater. That one goes for Max Klesmit. He's kind of settled down after a couple herky-jerky games a couple of weeks ago, playing, I think, more within himself, Tom.
Yeah, and I think he's seen tonight, you know what, I can get into the paint on these guys and knock down two-pointers rather than trying to knock down threes.
Clark reaching Klesmit. Clark got it back. Can't get the roll. Look at Bigelow elevate for yet another rebound.
That's his 8th board already.
He had 9 in the first half in ETSU. Tying his career high. 3.5 minutes to go. Wofford with the ball, a 2-point lead once again. Klesmit in the paint. Once again, the floater goes.
They might need to get a taller player on Max Klesmit as Wofford's opened up their largest lead of the night.
Foul on the perimeter is
Really making sure that on a lot of these Citadel misses, they're one and done.
If you're just joining us, Wofford without the services of freshman Luke Turner tonight, who is in the health and safety protocols after scoring 20 off the bench at Western Carolina. Reach and foul on Wofford. It's going to be on Austin Patterson. He tried to take the ball away from Tyler Moff.
Yeah, I was going to say, Luke this is a horrible time for him to have to go through this as a 20-10 effort on the road at Western Carolina. Kind of felt like things were starting to click for the young man, and now he's got to watch from his dorm room.
Pass goes into the backcourt where Roach will run it down. Clark and Brown both with 7 points in the first half of the Citadel as Davis tries to get into the paint. Draws the foul on Bigelow. Brent Davis, who started 14 games, you see him draw the contact here.
He just got past Bigelow, beat him.
It was almost a blow by. Davis did not start against Mercer on Monday as Duger Balcom tried a couple of different lineups. But you see there 9 points, a couple of rebounds, couple of steals off the bench. It's a 75% free throw shooter, trying to chop into this 4-point Terrier lead, and does. He'll get another. Hayden Brown back in.
Hayden Brown wins the award for the shortest shorts in college basketball this year.
He's got those thigh pads. I think he borrowed them from Earl Campbell.
I don't know that he needs them. Look at the size of his thighs. He looks like Earl Campbell.
Weapons out there. 1 of 2 for Brent Davis. Terriers with the ball. 3-point lead as we're below 3 to play first half.
Brown might make a heck of a defensive end.
Klesmit, can he do it again? Yes, sirree. Another trip inside, another hoop for Klesmit. Give and go, and that was pretty. Fitzgibbons to Brown, Clark, back to Fitzgibbons. He is lightning quick.
He is, and I'll tell you who's been the key for me for Silver this half is Stephen Clark. He's in the middle of everything they're doing positively, whether it's blocks on the defensive end, offense kind of running through him.
Backhands off to Klesmit. Klesmit trying to work with that screen. Now from outside, and now Max Klesmit doing it from all over the court. The sophomore from Neenah, Wisconsin.
He's got 13 all of a sudden.
35-29. Terriers lead it 2 minutes ago. Again, the Citadel gets it inside, and they found the mismatch. Brown on Larson.
That's Wofford's issue. If you're going to switch everything, and that time it was Larson on him. They had Klesmit on him earlier. They're going to be able to exploit some things, and you're going to get Brent Davis with a hold right there on Max.
That'll be the first on Brent Davis. Team foul number 4 on the Citadel. Wofford's got 7, so the Citadel's in the bonus when they come down on offense here with 1:48 to go.
Both coaches still have a timeout that they will lose if they don't use it this half.
Mack right at the 3-point line, hands off to Larson, back to Patterson. He'll let it fly and swish it. The freshman from Sonora, California, 49% from 3-point range this season. Lead back up to 7 for Wofford. I think that's their biggest lead so far tonight.
It is.
Fitzgibbons on Larson. Now Brown, kind of being a point forward right now. Clark can shoot that 3 and buries it over Mack. You were right about Stephen Clark, partner, doing it on both ends of the floor. Back down to a 4-point game.
Yeah, he's had a good night for them. He's only 2 of 6 from the floor, but I like the energy. I like what he's bringing his club.
Double figures now with 10. Mack on the other end. Will he take it right to Hayden Brown again? Goes up with the left hand and draws the contact. And I think that time Hayden Brown's a little mad because I think he thought that he had defended Mack well, and BG might have been a little bit out of control, and then the whistle came. But there was contact. Not huge contact.
Just got his body into it.
So BJ Mack, what has he not done for Wofford the last 4 games? As Tom mentioned, 80 points the last 4 games. Hits the free throw. He's a 77% free throw shooter. Let's not forget, BJ Mack's also shooting nearly 50% from 3-point land. For a 6'8" forward, you'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Especially a guy as big as he is.
2 perfect free throws for BJ. Lifts the Wofford lead back up to 6 as we're under a minute to play first half. And I think they're going to get Mack out of there and try to avoid picking up a cheap foul here in the last minute.
Absolutely. He's only got 1, but no sense in picking up a cheap second one.
So Godwin's back in for Wofford. Backdoor. That time, Klesmit sniffed it out and knocked it away.
Yeah, and good job by the bench yelling that it was coming, and Max heard him, and that's a good scouting job by the Terriers.
Klesmit, he's been on fire lately, draws a double team, and then goes up and under. Can't get the roll. Brown with a rebound.
Yeah, good position by Hayden Brown down low.
Davis affected that shot. Back at the other end, and an air ball from Roach, who's been awfully quiet offensively so far tonight, but the offensive board back to Fitzgibbons, can't get it. It's going to be off the Citadel, and that's going to be off Wofford ball as Hayden Brown couldn't control it. Jason Roach only has 3 points. Does have 3 rebounds and 1 assist. The average is about 14 points per game. I got to think that Roach is probably the front runner for SoCon Freshman of the Year. We haven't seen everybody in the league once yet.
But his Turner was going to give him some competition with a double-double, and as we said, he's in the health and safety protocol. But you're right, I like what Roach has done, and the fact that he's leading the league in minutes.
Bullet pass from Larson to Bigelow, who missed the 3, hit the side of the backboard, and here comes Roach on the run. Long 3, Higgins with a couple of seconds to go in the game. Couple timeouts. Duggar Buckham's ball club has lost 4 of their last 5. And Wofford will get the ball to start things off here in the second half. Terriers going left to right here in the second half as Larson handles the point. Safford down to Mack. They'll work it around. Good ball movement. Larson's going to try the baseline, then find B.J. Mack cutting to the hole, and he throws it down.
Penetration by Larson leads to a wide open jam for B.J. Mack. That's just good basketball.
B.J. Mack's now in double figures. With 10, Clark gets into the paint, kicks it back out. Moff has an open 3. That's a little bit long. High rebound battle for it. It was Mack and Brown. Excuse me, was it? Yeah, no.
Roach.
Mack and Roach. So held ball, possession will stay with the Citadel.
Roach did a nice job coming in from the strong side and getting his hand in there.
Moff will inbound for the Bulldogs. Looking for Maynard backdoor. It wasn't there, but he's got to just release it out to Hayden Brown.
He of the risque shorts.
Oh, and a big collision there. It's Klesmit. Ooh, did he get hit on that thigh that he hurt earlier in the year? Klesmit missed a couple of games around Christmas.
Yeah, right thigh. Rear end.
You know, it's funny because no intent by Brown. I think he bounced off of B.J. Mack right into Klesmit. So Max is going to stay in there. Mack kicks it, so a new shot clock at 20 for the Citadel. See if they can, you know, there were a couple guys they didn't really get going. Probably the most notable one for the Citadel, Jason Roach, in the first half. It's Moff, shot fake. Now he'll let it fly way off the mark.
He passed up an open shot for one that was more contested.
Larson with wheels, floater, won't go. Mack, the offensive rebound, blocked from behind by Maynard. He'll bring it up. Gets into the paint, bodies off Klesmit and lays it in.
Nobody stopped the ball for Wofford after Maynard with the block and the rebound, and he jumped into Klesmit.
Yeah, and
separation.
I don't think Max is 100%. I think a healthy Max Klesmit does something more defensively there. Now Larson wheels and dishes to Mack. Mack and Brown. This has been fun to watch. Jump hook, good. Not to be confused with Mack Brown, the football coaching. And then we got a whistle after the game, a technical foul. Jay McCauley wants to know why. I wonder if there was something said by B.J. Mack after that made basket. Let's see what we can see here.
Yeah, they got B.J. Mack with a technical.
Watch B.J. after the made field goal. Not a lip reader.
Yeah, he clearly said something.
It is a technical foul, so Jason Roach, he of the 90% free throw honors, hits the first, and since the player technical, there'll be another. Crowd doesn't like it. Wofford bench doesn't like it.
Find out after the game what he actually said.
2 free throws for Jason Roach.
Sometimes it's not how many words you use and what words you use. There are some magic ones.
There's the magic words I was about to say.
There's some magic ones, and you know, I've been using a lot of baseball analogies, but there's some ones that if a manager uses it in baseball, he's gone. He's getting rung up.
So it'll be Citadel basketball 44-38 Wofford. We played about a minute and a half of this second half.
There's also some times that adults just don't want kids to have fun.
Brown looking cross court, gets it to Fitzgibbons. Didn't exactly zip that pass there. Now Maynard free in the corner, line drive, three won't go. And then Klesmit fouled by Brown. Klesmit had the ball first. They kind of jumped towards each other. But I think because Klesmit got to the ball first, they're always going to call the second guy who comes in, and that was Hayden Brown.
And that's his third foul. He's going to have to sit for a little while. Also, he looks a little banged up, too.
Yeah, well, you remember, missed the second half of the VMI game, although warrior that he is, played 35 minutes on Monday. I'm also wondering if these 4 games in 7 nights is going to catch up to VMI in the second half. They're not a particularly deep team. As Mack goes up, oh, a late whistle. Stephen Clark thought he had a clean block. Apparently, he did not.
I think they were waiting to see if it went in, and if it did, they were going to let it go, and since it didn't, they had to call the foul. Right now, neither coaching staff is happy with the officials.
Yeah, there was contact there. I've seen worse, not called.
Yeah.
BJ Mack hits the first free throw.
BJ's got 5 points this half. He's already up in double figures.
Look at that field goal percentage. Every time he's been out the last 5 games, he's been over 50%, now shooting 61% from the floor in Southern Conference games. Hits both the free throws. And the Wofford lead is up to 8. Austin Patterson will check in. Larson out for the Terriers. Talking about trying to wear down the Citadel. Wofford has been playing 9 and 10 guys lately. The Citadel usually goes 8, maybe 9, depending on the situation. Roach off a screen, knocks down the 3. If Jason Roach starts to light it up, that's a good sign for the Citadel. He's now got 8.
He is a guy that is going to be a thorn in people's sides the whole time he's at the Citadel.
Patterson off a screen from the free throw line. Swish. The freshman and a half. Those two played against each other in California high school ball. Austin Patterson from Sonora. Jason Roach from Berkeley. Talked to Patterson before the game. They played a couple tournaments. Nice backdoor cut. Again, it's Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons getting free for the hoop.
Fitzgibbons he's fast, and then he's also got some deceptive quickness to him, if you understand what I'm saying. He hits that backdoor cut unbelievably quick.
Klesmit spots up or behind the three-point land. Well, if his leg's hurting, his right arm isn't. Max Klesmit with the 3. Collision on the other end and an offensive foul. And it's Klesmit doing it on both ends of the floor.
Wofford has their largest lead of the night at 8.
David Maynard comes down, and I think it might have been the right arm of Maynard that drew the attention of the official. I'm not so sure. Klesmit was completely set as you look at Max Klesmit's line. 16 points, made 7 of his last 8 shots from the field. He's going to try to shake loose of Brent Davis here off the Max screen. Keeps the dribble going, finds BJ, puts the ball on the floor, and he gets fouled. I think BJ tripped over Clark, who hit the deck. It's on Stephen Clark.
Citadel committed 5 fouls the entire first half. They've already committed 4.
And now Clark's got 3,
yeah.
And Brown has 3. And that means trouble for Duggar Balcom's bunch.
He's going to just have to probably roll with them here.
Gee, Mack. I tell you what, if it weren't for Jake Stevens and his numbers this week, I think if not for that, you're looking at the SoCon Player of the Week right there, BJ Mack. And I think he's at least put himself into the conversation for Player of the Year. I think Malachi Smith from Chattanooga, probably the front runner. Stevens is right there.
But you got to talk about Mack, too.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Another backdoor pass, but that one a little bit late developing, so Fitzgibbons will dribble out, then dribble back in.
Wow.
Elbow, jumper,
wow.
Good. Wow, Rudy Fitzgibbons. And that's against a pretty good defensive player in Morgan Safford.
He stops on a dime.
Gibbons, the junior from Atlanta, averages about 9 a game off the bench. He's got 9 so far tonight. Mack to Safford, baseline, goes up, couldn't convert. Mack again. 3 Bulldogs are around him. Oh, it wouldn't go. And here comes Davis for the Citadel. Roach misses. Klesmit, can he save it? Yes. And Jay McCauley says, guys, settle down a little bit. See him up there at the top of your screen in the white pullover.
I think the pump the brakes is, you're not playing, don't want to play in Citadel's form there.
Bigelow and Mack can't. Isaiah Bigelow's also got 9 rebounds for Wofford. Had all of those in the first half. He's got the ball now in front of the Terrier bench, trying to go baseline. Fitzgibbons gives up a lot of height, but forces him to pass it back out. Larson with 2 on the shot clock. No good. Brown comes back for the rebound. He'll lead the charge for the Citadel. Up ahead, Roach comes up firing, can't get it to go, and there's rebound number 10 for Bigelow.
Yeah, matches his career high. He had 9 against Western on Saturday. That's 19 rebounds already in 2 games for Isaiah Bigelow.
Patterson, Roach, the 2 Californians going at it. Cross-court skip pass, extra pass to Larson, who will now penetrate. Patterson's open for 3. He does not miss those. Austin Patterson buries a 3. The Wofford lead as big as it's been at 11.
What a great pass by Ryan Larson. He is so adept at doing that.
Fitzgibbons, a whirling dervish in the lane, but Clark will get it back to him. Look at those handles by, wow.
Holy cow.
Rudy Fitzgibbons. Where would the Citadel be without him tonight?
He has scored their last 7 points.
Now got 12. Keeping them in this one. 56-48. 6 minutes gone by here in half number 2 as Bigelow dribbles on the perimeter.
Citadel's in a zone here.
Bigelow will shoot over it. High rebound that goes right to Hayden Brown. Wofford usually takes a possession or 2 to learn how to attack a zone. They've seen it a couple times in the last few games as Brown's 3 goes in and out. Rebound number 11 for Bigelow.
You know, Jake Stevens had 20 the other day against Citadel. I'm starting to see why.
Blocking foul on the other end as Clark tried to draw.
That's his 4th.
The charge from Safford and couldn't. So now Stephen Clark is going to make that slow walk back to the bench. And you see the replay. He never quite got the feet set as Morgan Safford went to the rim. So Stephen Clark departs with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. But man, 4th foul coming with 13:37 to go. Brent Davis will check in to take his place in the lineup for the Citadel. Ryan Larson. Now Corey Tripp off a Godwin screen. Patterson, could he do it again? No, that one barely grazed the rim. Here comes Davis.
Yeah, created a wide deflection off the front of the rim.
Brown is going to try to take Godwin one-on-one and drag the foot. Another Bulldog turnover. That is 10 now on the Citadel.
Just kind of dragged that foot just a tiny bit as he was trying to put on the brakes.
Wofford's only got 4 turnovers, and I think 3 of them came in about the first 3 minutes of the ball game. They have really cleaned their act up in that department over the last 3 games. Larson, corner 3, rims out. Look at skying for the rebound is Fitzgibbons. This has been the Rudy Fitzgibbons show. Knocked away momentarily by Safford, but Brown gets it, and it's blocked. Oh, foul Godwin. He thought he got the ball. But the whistle comes out. Let's take another look at this one. That angle might have got him on the arm. Our refereeing crew, Nick Heater, Will Howard's the crew chief, and Todd Alston as Hayden Brown goes to the free throw line. That's good. Hayden Brown's now in double figures with 10. The fact that he's only taken 7 shots is maybe a minor victory for Wofford defensively. He'll get one more. Misses. Good box out by Safford on the boards. And then miscommunication between Safford and Klesmit. They turn it over, and the Citadel players had all run down to the other end, and now they'll get a possession. That's a
unforced turnover there for Wofford.
Oh, they throw it right in off Klesmit. That's a heads-up play by Maynard. Klesmit had his back turned. Maynard just bounced it off his back, picked it up, and laid it in.
This thing's down to 5 as the Citadel has gone on a little 6-0 run.
Wofford needs to stop the bleeding here as Klesmit dribbles on the outside. Zips it inside. Now they'll work the ball around. Good ball movement by the Terriers. Sets up a Safford 3, and he hits it. Morgan Safford's gotten much more comfortable with that shot the last few games. Not a noted outside shooter, but he can hit it. 59-51. We had a whistle. Tucker Balcom is lighting up one of the referees, and I never saw a signal. It's going to be a foul on Wofford's Corey Tripp. First on Tripp.
You don't see that often. The whistle blew and then the official waited, let Coach Balcom get his words in, and then signaled in the foul.
The Tripp will come out. Godwin will come out. Mack back in. Brown. Maynard, two-man game. Maynard had a step block by Bigelow. Wow, did he make up some ground.
And he did. Pinned that thing against the glass.
Klesmit, jump stop in the lane. Can't get it to go. Tip back into the Noble. Tom Henson with you. Wofford's had their runs. Haven't quite been able to put the Bulldogs away.
Yeah, they got to the double-digit lead, and Citadel responded with a 6-0 run.
Off the miss, Hayden Brown working hard on the offensive glass, but Safford rips down a board, and they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to be Wofford basketball, but I don't know that anybody wearing blue even touched that ball.
Yeah, I think Maynard got his hand in there, but it looked like he fouled him.
There's Safford got it. Maybe, you know, I'll say this. The referee's right there, 2 feet away. Safford can't believe it, probably because he felt the hand on the arm. But, and now, as we're looking at the replay, they turn around and give the ball to the Citadel.
They said the possession error was supposed to have been favoring the Citadel.
Okay, because the red arrow hadn't been switched yet, so they're going to give the ball to the Bulldogs. So Citadel with the ball, trailing by 8, will inbound underneath the Wofford basket. Fitzgibbons looking for a buddy, gets it into Brown. Battle of 33s, Brown and Mack. Look at Hayden Brown, 3 moves, jump hook, great defense by BJ Mack there. That one never had a chance. Bigelow on the other end, hounded by Maynard. Now Mack. This one's gotten very physical all of a sudden. Skip pass to Bigelow. Mack has it. Big height advantage over Fitzgibbons, and the big man takes it right to him for 2.
Back to 10.
BJ Mack doing what BJ Mack does. He's got 18. Roach, another 3, rims out, ball hits the floor. Bigelow runs it down, saves it in the corner. That was harder than it looked, I believe.
It's his 13th rebound.
He's also 1 point away from a double-double, currently with 9. Max at the free throw line. Bigelow, counted. Double-double for Isaiah Bigelow. He's got 12 on the night, first double-double of his career. The Wofford lead stretched out to 7 again.
That's back-to-back games. Wofford's had a guy pick up their first career double-double. Luke Turner did it Saturday.
Brown on the 3, won't go. Larson battles for the rebound. Fitzgibbons hit it, but it goes off of Larson last.
If Luke's watching, hope you're feeling better, buddy. Well, after a 20 and 10, that's the last thing a guy wants to do is get 20 points, 10 rebounds, and then have to sit out.
And have to listen to us.
Well, that's bad no matter what you've done.
Brown another 3. They haven't been falling for Hayden Brown in the second half. The long ball. And here comes Larson trying to push the pace for the Terriers.
I think Wofford's smelling a little blood in the water right now.
Safford working on Maynard. Now Klesmit, who had a real hot streak near the end of the first half. Good ball movement. Klesmit left alone in the corner. Give the assist to Bigelow. Klesmit dreams it, and it's 67-51. Just like that, 16-point margin.
13 assists now as a club for Wofford.
And I think the defense would just force the Citadel to go for just purely for 3s. And there's another one. And Maynard
get
is going to draw the foul on Klesmit.
Good call there. Give them credit when they make a good one.
Third personal on Klesmit. 15 foul on Wofford. Mack and Safford coming out. Wofford got great efforts from both of them during that last sequence.
BJ Mack up to 18 points.
All of a sudden, the Citadel's down 16 as Godwin tries to keep Hayden Brown out of the paint. And Brown puts it on the floor, trying to blow by Godwin. Can't hit the reverse. There's Bigelow again with yet another board.
It's 14th.
Citadel, scoring drought you see there on your screen. More than 3.5 minutes. A lot of it's due to Wofford's tenacious D. Klesmit, can he do it again? He sure can. Max Klesmit.
Things starting to get out of control here for the Bulldogs.
22 for Klesmit. And then underneath, fouled is Brent Davis. They'll get Ryan Larson. Or no, they won't. They'll get Godwin, his second. You know, in respect to Sam Godwin, I think Wofford was just happy to see Sam out there today after missing a couple of games with a high ankle.
That's a high ankle. Those are tricky. You know what I heard was so helpful for him? This is going to be just shocking. He'd never sprained an ankle before.
Ever.
Ever.
It happened in Greensboro about 10 days ago. As Brent Davis hits the first free throw, he'll get another. And you always, you know, when it happened, you worry about big men, you worry about feet and ankles and all the stuff that could go wrong down there. And then you see Sam Godwin in a boot walking, and you're, oh boy, this could be, you know, weeks, not days.
Yeah, and that was what I thought. Mercer on the 31st would be the first time Sam could possibly be back. And quick healing and great work by Wofford trainer Diane Boyce.
Couple of free throws from Brent Davis. Ends the Citadel scoreless drought, but it's still a 17-point Wofford margin as the Citadel dials up the press. Wofford momentarily had a 2-on-1, and now Patterson will get it back out.
Probably a smart decision by Austin Patterson with a 17-point lead.
Patterson with Davis in his pocket. Now Tripp. Bounces it down to Godwin. Double team momentarily, makes a nice pass out. Can Klesmit bury it again? It's the Max Klesmit show here in the second half. 25 points. Check that. That should be a career high.
He's got three three-pointers here in a row.
And doing it on the defensive end, too. That time, Hayden Brown slipped
forward with full court pressure. Try to get steals. They got to try to somehow stop Wofford from scoring.
Klesmit's 10 of 15 from the floor, 5 of 7 from three-point land, 25 points. Wofford is plus 23 when he's on the floor. Mack drops it down to Safford, trying to back in on Fitzgibbons with 10 to shoot. Double team comes over. Larson, cross-court pass. Patterson's three, no good. They are human. Here comes Fitzgibbons in a hurry. Now Moff will hold it, keep the dribble going, and then throw it right into the Bulldog bench. It has been that kind of second half for the Citadel Bulldogs. We'll take another quick media timeout. 7:27 to go. It'll be Wofford ball when we come back. The homestanding Terriers lead it by 18. Many heroes for the Wofford Terriers so far tonight, but that man, Max Klesmit, has 25 points, 2 off his career high. Wofford with the ball at an 18-point lead here with 7:20 to go, second half. Wofford can now be very deliberate. You don't want to take your foot off the gas because that's not their style as Larson gets in about an 11-footer. Can't get the shooter's roll. Hayden Brown, strong rebound. He'll bring it up for the Bulldogs. Trailing, Fitzgibbons, 3. Count it. Golly, Ernie Fitzgibbons single-handedly has done his best to lift the Citadel back into this one. Now has 15 points. And then Wofford throws it away as Max steps on the sideline. You don't want to turn the ball over. You really don't want to turn the ball over right in front of your coach.
And right now, I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this thing. And that three, part of a Citadel win a 5-0 run, that the 20-point lead down to 15. You get a 3 here, down to 12.
Jerry Higgins has checked in. Oh, a huge collision between Klesmit and Clark, and that's going to be, Roach. Could be an offensive foul on Jason Roach. He doesn't like the call. Here's a good look. Yes, if anything, it should be on Higgins. He stepped into Klesmit, and Klesmit bounced off of Roach, and I think they got Roach with the call.
It's a tough call on Roach, for sure.
At any rate, team foul number 6 on the Citadel. As Larson penetrates, kick out, Safford baseline. Shut off there by Maynard. Now the switch comes, so Wofford will move the ball around to Larson. He'll float one off the glass, and it swirls home for 2.
Good recognition. He got past his man easily and found himself with not a very difficult shot.
Ryan Larson's got 5 points and 5 assists. Of course, taking care of the basketball again. Just like you draw it up, Roach shoots a 3 after a mad scramble. Can't hit it. Safford rebound. Long pass up to Bigelow. And now Larson will get some instructions from the Wofford sideline.
Hey, this is run your stuff here. Make them guard you with a 17-point lead.
Ryan Larson running the point tonight. I told you about the 5 assists. No turnovers. He has been incredible the last 4 games in that regard. BJ Mack gonna have to go one-on-one with 3 to shoot. That's what kind of night it's been for the Terriers. BJ Mack for 3.
You know, and Clark bit on the fake, but didn't foul him. And then Mack hit it on the second attempt, and Clark just kind of shook his head like, you know what, there's nothing I can do about that.
Second Terrier to go over the 20-point mark. BJ's got 21.
2 straight games Wofford's had folks do that.
Maynard inside. Clark has been playing with foul trouble, gets the spin move to go. 12 points now for Stephen Clark.
Hey, you got Klesmit with 25, Mack with 21, Bigelow with 12.
Klesmit, some big collisions out there. That screen freed up Larson for the floater. It won't go down as assist, but the coaches will notice that screen by Max Klesmit.
Screen assist is what they call some of those things, and that is something Wofford tracks.
Higgins, stutter move in the corner. Now Brown. Three from the outside. Roach. He had a stretch early in the second half where I thought he was going to catch fire. He's got 11. Hasn't played a bad game, but
it's quiet 11.
Has been.
And that's what you want.
It's funny, they've got Roach and Maynard out there who look exactly the same. Same haircut, same build.
I think they have to have the same haircut.
Yeah, you got a point.
Well, Maynard's a grad student.
Yeah.
So
guess what? BJ Mack does it again. I think he's going to give Klesmit a run for high scorer on the Wofford team. He's got 23. Klesmit with 25.
Mack's taking people to grad school.
Maynard got Bigelow up in the air.
It's tough for the coaching staffs in any sport to keep those players there. And when you can, as Duggar Balcom has done with certain guys like Hayden Brown. I mean, give him credit. He's a graduate student there. He's been there his whole career. It's like Stephen Clark will spend his whole career there. It's rewarding for the coaches, but when your roster's transitioning every single year, it's tough to get anything going.
Wofford gets in mound. Citadel showing some pressure. Wofford breaks it easily with Patterson in the front court. 3.5 minutes to play. 82-65. Terriers have it. Bigelow's had a big game on the boards and first career double-double tonight.
Mack's still looking for 2 points to match his career high, 3 to break it.
Patterson outside the arc. Gets it to Klesmit with 5 to shoot. Trying to work on Davis. He'll shoot over him. That one, good defense by Brent Davis, and he's going to let Max Klesmit hear about it a little bit coming back down the floor. Of course, if you're Klesmit, you just point to the scoreboard and go 25.
That's right. And 17-point lead.
Yeah. And then how Isaiah Bigelow's, I think, is pointing that exact point
scoreboard.
Out to Brent Davis. Gotta love college sports. Fitzgibbons, he's been impressive today, albeit on the short end of the scoreboard for the Citadel. Now Davis and Bigelow. Clark inside to Brown, bodied up and fouled by Morgan Safford. And that should put the Bulldogs in the bonus. In fact, they were in the bonus. That's the 8th team foul on Wofford. Sam Godwin out. BJ Mack in for Wofford. Hayden Brown, 12.7 rebounds, make it 13 points, 4 assists. But held in check, I'd say, largely. You look at his numbers there. And again, Tom, we don't know if he's completely 100% yet.
I don't think he is now. I mean, but he's gutting it out.
Hits them both.
You know, 15-point deficit with a shade under 3. It takes something miraculous, but
you were saying?
Yeah, miraculous.
BJ Mack off a nice look from Isaiah Bigelow as Wofford breaks the pass with the home run ball. It's 84-67.
What you don't want them to do is start hitting a bunch of threes and Wofford turning it over.
Mack and Klesmit now with 25 apiece.
50 points from those two.
BJ Mack now has 105 points in his last 5 games.
You know what? That's getting into Fletcher McGee territory.
Fitzgibbons.
Jeez,
wow,
whiz.
has he been good tonight. Ernie Fitzgibbons. I mean, these are in-your-face threes, too.
He's got 18.
And he's probably played about 18 to 20 minutes. I'll take it back. He's played a little bit more, about 24. Mack. Now Bigelow. Klesmit is fouled as Fitzgibbons was trying to get around a BJ Mack screen, then ran right into Klesmit. So Max has a chance to break the tie with his teammate Mack here with 2:07 to go.
He's also 2 away from matching his career high. No pressure, Max.
An 87% free throw shooter. It's the first. Wofford next up, of course, right here. Saturday night against arch-rival Furman. The Citadel will be at ETSU Saturday as Max Klesmit ties his career high with 27 points tonight. 86-70, under 2 minutes to play. Brown, Safford trying to chest him up. Hayden Brown might have taken an extra step there. Nice reverse move with the left floor. Pressure shown by the Citadel. Davis trying to get it in the backcourt, but Safford will bring it across the timeline. Immediately double team. And a steal. Hayden Brown saw that pass coming, and he'll jam it in front of the home folks here from right down the road in Greer, South Carolina, but it's going to be too little too late for the Citadel. They are within 12. They've chopped back into this lead, but probably going to come up short. Wofford can take the air out of the ball a little bit here, as Larson has it right in front of the Terrier bench, right in front of Jay McCauley, in fact. I think you want to do for your Wofford, just get a quality shot whenever it comes in the shot clock. Make sure it's a good one. There's a good look by Bigelow. Bang, bang, boom. Isaiah Bigelow. Wofford's got a lot of heroes to choose from in this one tonight, and that is going to be a push on Isaiah Bigelow. Big collision. Third foul on Bigelow. Rather emphatic call by our referee, Todd Austin.
It was a long point at Isaiah Bigelow.
I'll put Brett Davis at the line. Davis has 6 tonight. He had a career-high 19 against Duke earlier this year. Can't get that one to fall. So we're under a minute to play, 58 seconds to be exact. Wofford looking to go over 500 in SoCon play after starting out 1-3. A win tonight would put them at 4-3 in conference play. 1 out of 2 for Brent Davis. Here comes some subs for Wofford as BJ Mack, Ryan Larson, and Max Husband, who doesn't want to come off the floor, will all get a great hand as they come to the bench. 27 for Klesman, 25 for Mack. And the first career double-double for Isaiah Bigelow. Corey Tripp will bring it up for Wofford, and he's fouled by Roach in the backcourt.
I don't think Tooger Balcom wanted that.
I don't think Roach wanted it. Roach was kind of, oops, sorry. Tooger Balcom's now going to drop to 3 and 11. As Isaiah Bigelow gets a great hand as he comes off the floor. David Applegren comes in. It's given Wofford a real lift off the bench last couple of games. Jonathan Steelman in for Morgan Safford. Student section loves it. See Big Dave, number 20 there for Wofford, the 7'1" senior from Sweden. He's got a wrap on his right hand. Suffered a thumb injury in practice the other day. Fitzgibbon pushes off, gets it stripped by Corey Tripp. Good hands by Tripp on defense, the freshman. 40 seconds to go. Screen by Applegren. Tripp gets it back out to Steelman. Looking for Applegren, the pass was intercepted by Clark. It's up ahead, almost an alley-oop pass, almost an alley-oop off the bounce for Brent Davis, and he lays it in. This one's going to end up looking a little bit closer than it actually was. Credit to the Citadel for not giving up.
It's a 12-point game. There's some people really wondering what Wofford may take a shot here.
This could get a little interesting here. I'm going to channel my inner Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, little Brent Musburger. Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? The Terriers are just going to dribble out the clock. And Wofford is going to move to 12.